Road danger brought me into politics, and reducing road danger is what keeps me in politics. And I'm going to start by telling you a story. A child, Zara Adams, who was 4 years old at the time, was killed on the walk to school with her older siblings. Her buggy went under the wheels of a heavy goods vehicle as it turned on a busy main road just down the road from where I live. She would be 21 years old now, like my daughter, if she hadn't been killed in the road all those years ago. Speed was not a factor in Zara's death, but I'm sharing this to try to explain the absolute horror of sudden road death and the ripples from that affecting families and their communities across London. This is what should get us all out of bed every morning. It is absolutely wrong that there is so much violence, death, and injury on our roads. And it is wrong that it is so normalised that people call traffic crashes accidents. They're not accidents. They are the consequence of systemic dangers on our streets that are not being adequately dealt with. And speed is one of those systemic dangers. 2,501 people were killed or seriously injured last year on London's streets. That's 2,501 Londoners and their families affected. These terrible crashes are attended by our emergency services who have to deal with the unimaginable horrors at the roadside. This should not be seen as normal. It is a crisis. It's a crisis that stems from our car dependency and our traffic-dominated streets, where for far too long the movement of vehicles has been prioritised over the movement of people who are walking and cycling. This motion is about speed, or rather reducing it to cut risk. There's plenty of evidence that proves the stark physics. You are far more likely to survive a crash if you're hit by a vehicle doing 20 than if they're doing 30 or 40 miles an hour. And for those of you who are thinking, 20 mph limits will slow down our city, London must keep moving. I met with TfL officers yesterday. I heard that there is good evidence to show that 20 mph limits do not increase journey time. They may even smooth out the traffic and improve the reliability of our vehicle trips. Now, the Mayor is doing something very interesting. He's promised a Vision Zero approach to reducing road danger. Vision Zero means aiming for zero casualties. That's 2,501 fewer crashes that kill and injure Londoners in a typical year. And the Mayor has got to work out how he's going to deliver that change. I've been visiting some of London's most hostile roads and junctions as part of my investigation into walking and cycling in outer London boroughs. There's often not even a basic level of service for people who want to cross the road, for those people who are walking to school, to work, or the shops. If the Mayor is going to clean up our air and meet his targets to get 80% of us walking, cycling, or taking the bus every day, he's going to need a massive shift away from people in cars by 2041. And that means making sure that the roads across our city feel like places where it is safe and a pleasure to walk or cycle. Slower speeds and considerate driver behaviour are going to be absolutely fundamental to the Mayor achieving that. The Mayor has already committed in his draft transport strategy to introduce lower speeds in London. Making 20 miles an hour the default speed limit on Transport for London roads, where there is a pavement and where people walk, would transform our city and be a real tribute to all those people who have lost their lives and to their devastated families and friends. You never stop grieving for a lost friend or family member. And we should make sure that the way we manage our roads in London going forward is a tribute to every Londoner who has been killed or seriously injured while walking or cycling in our city. I move the motion.